Hey guys, it's Aim2. I'm starting a new project now, so disregard my last videos even though you've never seen them because they were ridiculously stupid. And they're gonna get better, I promise. I'm just new to this whole thing. Um, anyway, I'm starting a new project and it's gonna be awesome because, well, basically, I just moved out. I moved out before, like my parents' house and stuff, but I'm literally like by myself now. I'm in an apartment, going to college, I got a job. I'm pretty much independent now. So, for the first time in my entire life, I'm actually free to be who I want to be, say what I want to say, do what I want to do without my family or anybody breathing down my neck in disapproval. So, anyway, uh, I'll get to my project details in a while. First, I want to give you a little background about me. Um, I was born in Washington State, and since then I have lived in Oregon, California, Montana, uh, back to Oregon, then Wyoming, Colorado, back to Oregon again, and now I am in Utah. So I've moved around a lot, and most of it was, well, not really any of it was my decision, but I will get to that later also. Um, One story that I have to tell you guys, it's really important. It's pretty much why I'm doing this. It happened a couple years ago in 2012, my senior year of high school. It was April 6th. That's how important it was to me. I still remember the date. It was April 5th. 5th and 6th. The first, this story happened on the 5th. Um, so my English teacher and my creative writing teacher, um, he started this music festival at the school. He called it Rodstock, named after him. His name was Rod Mahaffey, one of the coolest guys I've ever met. Big inspirational figure in my life. Anyway, this music festival, Rodstock, it was students and teachers could play in it, and they would pass around like a big jar of money, and everybody would put it in it, and then everything would go to Make a Wish. And every year we would make like $6,000 to $8,000. It was pretty awesome. So the way it worked was we would set aside a day. It was always sometime in April, so this year it was on the 5th. And what teachers would do if they wanted to take their class, they would have um, a set donation goal, and if that class raised that much money, it was usually around $50 or something altogether in that class, then they would not do class that day and instead go to Rodstock, because there was one show for Rodstock for every block, every period. So my first class raised enough money, so we went. And I remember that morning, I had this good friend named Zach, who recently dumped me as a friend because of something. That's not important. Anyway, I used to be best friends with this kid named Zach, and every day, since neither of us had class the first couple of blocks, for first semester anyway, we would go get breakfast together and just kind of hang out, and we got real close. So we did that day. Since my first class was going to Rodstock anyway, I figured I could ditch the first like half hour or so. So we went and we got like some drinks or some snacks or whatever. We just kind of hung out because we knew it would probably be the last time that we got to do it. Anyway, I came back. My class was already at Rodstock. I went in and watched the show. It was pretty good. And then went to the rest of my classes. Now, my last class of the day was creative writing with Mr. Mahaffey, but he was at Rodstock, so there was no class that day. And since I had already been to Rodstock that day, I didn't really want to go again. So I just decided I was going to go home. So I walked out to my car, which was like across the street on the other side of the school. I never parked in the parking lot. And I sat down in the car. I was about ready to go, and then I just had this feeling that I should just sit and chill for a while. So I turned on the radio and I was just listening to it for a few minutes. And just when I was about to leave, my best friend John pulled up behind me. He had just gotten back from, I guess he was changing or something. He lived right by the school, and he was in the jazz band. So they had done a performance at Rodstock. So they had just got done with that. He went home to change, and he was coming back to the school. And he saw me sitting in the car, pulled up behind me, got out, and sat down in my car with me. And we just kind of sat there listening to music. After a while, we just started talking. We started talking about Rodstock and everything. I wanted to know, how was your performance? I didn't see it. I didn't go. And he told me everything. Well, the conversation ended up leading to Make-A-Wish, where all the money goes. And I asked him, what would if you had that opportunity to have one thing, what would it be? And he said, "Oh, you know what? I would marry Emma Watson." Just kind of half joking. And that was kind of like an ongoing joke between me and him. He still does, has this creepy crush on Emma Watson. Um, so yeah, we just kind of had a little chuckle, and we just kind of sat in silence for a while, and these gears started turning in my head, and I just kind of thought about it for a minute, and then all of a sudden, the clouds parted in my mind, and the light came down, and just kind of, I had this epiphany, this little enlightening experience, and I turned to him and said, "Well, why don't you?" And he kind of did the same thing. He just kind of was silent for a minute, and he looked back at me and he said, "I don't know, why don't I?" And I said, "Yeah, just go do it. Marry Emma Watson. There's absolutely no rule out there that says that you can't marry Emma Watson. Go do it, you know?" And we just started talking about that, and we got all excited and everything, because we just like kind of figured out that there are no rules to life, and the rules that are in place, they were made up by other people just like us. I mean, okay, don't go out and murder anybody or steal or whatever, but really, if you want to do something that's going to make you happy, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, go do it. Why aren't you doing it? If you have a goal like that, that's awesome. I mean, John wants to marry Emma Watson, and to this day, 2 years later, he's still excited about it and just pumped and motivated to do it as he was in 2012. And he's gonna do it. Every time I ask him, "Hey, are you still gonna marry Emma Watson?" He says, "Hell yes, I'm going to." Why would you even ask that? That's how motivated he is. And well, so that little experience, it kind of branched out to a lot of different things. Um, we kind of realized that there is nothing you really need to be happy. You just kind of have to enjoy life, you know. We got real into like parkour, and we just kind of goofed off all the time. Every day we would hang out after school, and we would just like run around town and laugh and scream and jump off of walls and climb fences. It was like pointless fun. It was a waste of time. But I don't remember who said it. It was like Mark Twain or John Lennon or somebody. I don't know. They said something like, "Time enjoyed wasting is not time wasted." Something like that. And we really believed that. We were happy. Like real happy. Not fake happy. I don't really know how to explain fake happy. You just kind of have to get it. But anyway, people like recognized that we were different, and people started coming up to us asking for advice and everything. We just kind of became like the happy people gurus of our high school, and we got real famous and popular, and we were just kind of, we were just happy. And we gave a presentation in our English class about this. And I mean, at the end of it, people were crying because they realized that their goals in life weren't big enough. You know, people make goals, they're like, oh, I want to be a doctor or a vet or an astronaut. Yeah, okay, that's awesome. That's really awesome. But goals and dreams are not just about careers. What you want to be when you grow up. I mean, that could be part of it. But what do you want to do in your life? Who do you want to be? What impact do you want to have on this world? How do you want to be remembered after you're gone? I remember one kid, Alex Delgado, came up to me and John after school, and he said, "Hey guys, um, well, he really wanted to be a singer. That's what he wanted to do, but he didn't really believe that he could, and he didn't really want to try. But he loved singing, and he didn't think it was good enough. And so me and John told him, Alex, if singing makes you happy, just sing. It doesn't matter if you get famous or if you become successful by singing. Just sing if that makes you happy. And if you become all successful and famous because of it, then awesome, that's great. But here's the thing, guys, everybody out there, if you want to do something and you're afraid to do it, and people keep telling you that you can't or you shouldn't, or other people have other goals for you in mind, they want you to do something that they never got the chance to do. If you don't do what you love to do, if you don't do what you want to do, then at the end of your life, when you're an old man or an old woman, and you're sitting on your porch in your rocking chair looking at the sunset, and you're thinking about your life, all the time that's gone by, you'll wonder and you'll never know what your life would have been like if you had done what you wanted to do instead of what others told you to do or what was expected of you. So just go out there. If you have something that if you know what makes you happy, you're already ahead of most people. Most people don't even know what makes them happy. So if you know what makes you happy, you need to do it. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about approval. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, go do it. That's all that matters, is your happiness. So, anyway, I want to tell you guys, I just moved out, right? I already told you guys that. I'm in an apartment now. I got 3 roommates, and they're all pretty cool. But I have decided to use this opportunity to completely start over. I'm going to become the person that I want to be, that I've always wanted to be, but I've never been able to because of my parents or my church and all that stuff. So I've left it all behind. I've even kind of changed my name. All my friends, they don't call me by my real name anymore. They call me Hari. First name Hari Shabbat Singh. This old Indian guy gave that name to me. It means something like the Lion of God or something like that. I'll get into that more in other videos. This one's going kind of long, sorry about that. Anyway, what makes me happy is helping other people. I like making other people happy. And that's how I want to be remembered after I die. The guy who gave everything he could to make other people happy. And so what I'm doing today, as I'm filming this, in just a couple hours, I'm going to go donate some plasma. And I am freaking terrified of needles. I hate them. I'm really nervous right now thinking about it. But my desire to help people outweighs that fear. So I'm going to do it. And it's just one small step. It's just one little thing I can do. I'm going to try to do everything I can think of to help people. And eventually, in the next video or two, I'm going to tell you guys my ultimate goal for my life, what I want to do, who I want to be. Anyway, this was just kind of an introductory video. I'm going to put a link in my description for Theme of Judea. He's actually my brother. he's doing a series kind of like this, and you guys need to watch him because they're awesome. Uh, anyway, subscribe to this and tell your friends because I promise they're gonna get better, my videos, and I'm gonna try to change the way that you perceive your life and happiness. So that's all for today. Namaste.